Nobody believed Ireland would be humiliated like this. Not at Eden Park. Not against a team that was still beginning a new era under Dave Rennie. Ireland arrived as one of the smartest, most disciplined teams in world rugby. A side built by Andy Farrell to stay calm under pressure, dominate possession, and slowly crush opponents with ruthless precision. But by the end of the night, something unbelievable had happened. The scoreboard read 40-21. The All Blacks had scored 6 tries, and one of rugby's greatest fortresses had become even more impossible to conquer. So what really happened? Was this simply another home victory, or was this the night the All Blacks officially announced that they are back? Because if you're South Africa, this performance should make you nervous. Stay with me because the real story isn't the 6 tries. It's the invisible battle that destroyed Ireland before most fans even realized what was happening. If you love the latest All Blacks news and rugby analysis, hit the like button, subscribe to All Black Central, and let's get into it. For 32 years, teams from every corner of the rugby world have traveled to Eden Park believing they could finally break New Zealand's incredible unbeaten record. World champions tried. Grand Slam winners tried. Some of rugby's greatest generations walked into the stadium full of confidence. Every single one walked away disappointed. Now that unbeaten run has stretched to an astonishing 53 test matches. And Ireland became the latest victim. But unlike many previous visitors, this Irish side wasn't expected to collapse. Coming into the match, they were ranked among the very best teams on the planet. Many experts believed this would be a tactical chess match decided by the smallest details. Ironically, that's exactly what happened. Only those small details completely belonged to New Zealand. From the opening whistle, something felt different. The All Blacks weren't playing with panic. They weren't forcing miracle offloads. They weren't trying to entertain the crowd with impossible rugby. Everything looked simple. Everything looked controlled. Everything looked inevitable. Then came the first warning. Quick break. One fast ruck. Another. Then another. The ball never slowed down. Ireland's defenders barely had time to stand up before the next phase had already begun. Suddenly Josh Lord released a perfectly timed pass. Out of nowhere, Patrick Tuipulotu exploded through the gap. Try. Only 15 minutes had passed. It looked easy, but behind that simple score was months of preparation. That single try revealed exactly how Dave Rennie wanted his new All Blacks team to play. Fast, clinical, relentless. Every player knew exactly where to be. Every support runner arrived at the perfect moment. Every pass landed in front of the receiver. There was no wasted movement, no hesitation, no panic. Ireland were chasing shadows. Then another problem appeared. Every time Ireland attacked, they expected the All Blacks to fight desperately for possession at every breakdown. Instead, New Zealand did something completely unexpected. They simply stepped away. Rather than throwing bodies into every ruck, they stayed on their feet and filled the defensive line. Suddenly Ireland had extra players trapped inside breakdowns, while 13 black jerseys waited across the field. It was genius. Ireland thought they had quick ball. In reality, they had nowhere to go. Every attack ended with another wall of black jerseys flying towards them. And leading that defensive wall was Quinn Tapia. Again and again Quinn Tapia smashed through the gain line when attacking. Again and again he shut Ireland down when defending. His 16 carries constantly pushed New Zealand forward. He wasn't just carrying the ball. He was carrying momentum. Then came the captain. Whenever the game demanded leadership, Artie Savia answered. His try wasn't just another 5 points. It was the perfect symbol of this performance. Aggressive, powerful, fearless. Every teammate seemed to feed off his energy. But perhaps the biggest nightmare for Ireland was still waiting. Because giving Will Jordan even one mistake is already dangerous. Giving him a free try is almost unforgivable. A loose pass from Stuart McCloskey landed straight into the hands of Will Jordan. The winger didn't need a second invitation. He raced away for his 51st test try. Just like that, one mistake had become 7 points. Ireland's confidence was beginning to disappear. Then things became even worse. Robert Balucown lost possession in open play. Within moments, Damien McKenzie produced a magnificent 50-22 kick. The pressure kept building. The lineout arrived. The maul formed, and Asafo Omua crashed over. Every Irish error was being punished immediately. That's what separates good teams from great ones. Great teams don't wait for opportunities. They create them. And when mistakes appear, they never show mercy. To their credit, Ireland refused to surrender. After halftime, they looked far more organized. The defense improved. The communication improved. The scramble became desperate. At one point, they survived an incredible 33 phases without conceding. It showed exactly why Andy Farrell has turned this team into one of rugby's toughest competitors. Their tries through Jack Conan, Joe McCarthy, and Hugo Keenan proved there was still plenty of fight left. But the damage had already been done. Sometimes 40 minutes of perfect rugby are simply impossible to recover from. There was one controversial moment involving Luke Jacobson. His clean-out on Josh van der Flier immediately brought the officials into the game. The referee produced a yellow card before sending the incident to the bunker. Fans waited nervously. Would New Zealand lose a player for the rest of the match? After review, the officials decided there was enough mitigation to keep the punishment as only a yellow card. The All Blacks survived the scare, and Ireland never truly recovered. Perhaps the most incredible statistic wasn't the score. It wasn't possession. It wasn't territory. It was turnovers. Ireland lost the ball 15 times. The All Blacks only 7. For a team famous for accuracy under Andy Farrell, that number is almost unbelievable. Pressure changes everything. Even the world's most disciplined teams begin making mistakes when they spend 80 minutes chasing shadows. And that's exactly what happened at Eden Park. This victory means far more than 3 championship wins.